Oh, hello everybody. Hope we're all doing well. Welcome back to the channel. We got some Monday morning drama. One of the bigger stories of this past weekend, Dr. Disrespect calling out Call of Duty once again in the defense of Nickmercs. And a lot of people had a lot of things to say about this one. So I hope you guys started off your morning with maybe some liquids, maybe some coffee. Have a sip, leave a comment down below, and let's dive into it. As Doc tweeted out over the weekend saying Activision pushing water bongs, marijuana, get high levels, drugs, and $100 camos on gamers, but they removed Nickmercs' skin for him saying leave the kids alone. Activision is ran by a bunch of idiots, biggest suit and tie phonies in the industry, to which Nickmercs did respond with a classic gif of the two fellas doing the little fist thing, which means in agreement. I'm sure you guys already know that, and I'm sure you guys also knew what was coming next. The entire community giving their responses on both sides of this. If somehow you've been under a rock over the past many a months, we're stemming back now. How long ago? Like, wasn't this like June, like last year? It was a long time ago, minimum like probably 6 to 8 months, where Nickmercs was given the ban. His skin was withdrawn from Call of Duty, his operator skin and bundle removed after he had a comment on Twitter, which took to national news, by the way, as he said, leave the kids alone. And for anyone curious why Doc is choosing now to make these comments about Call of Duty, although he's never been shy of calling out Call of Duty, has also defended Nickmercs on this instance since the very beginning. But this was time because as of recently, Call of Duty has been releasing, again, more of these weed correlated bundles, which is true. Like, some of them are actually kind of crazy. Like, when I saw them, I didn't even know they had these kind of bundles in there. But this kind of reference has been in Call of Duty for years. They have done this for a long time, but to showcase some of you guys some of these bundles where you were going to kill people in the game and they turn into like people with bongs as heads or into joints, which is actually kind of cool. And as you guys can expect, the Call of Duty audience loves this because there's not too many good things that Call of Duty sells you in a skin bundle. And so when it comes to comedic references like this, they know their audience. It's all about money, and I'm sure those bundles do very well. That is why Doc actually timed this out, because they have been releasing more of these. But like I said previously, these stretch back to several former Call of Duties. If you guys remember as well, Snoop Dogg, one of the biggest faces, I would say the biggest face of weed of all time, has had that correlation and that partnership with Call of Duty before. They've had these calling cards, they've had these bundles. So it has been a long ongoing thing. And the audience out there receiving this news, as per usual now, these big hefty arguments and debates, the community had kind of like one of two sides in responses to Doc defending Nickmercs and calling out Call of Duty for all these weed references. As some people out there defending Doc and Nickmercs and taking Doc's side on this stance against Call of Duty for these updates, saying it's crazy a world we live in these days. Others saying the world is backwards nowadays, Doc. But plenty of people also disagreeing and wondering the correlation that calling out Call of Duty for weed has to the Nickmercs circumstance. Two very different circumstances, some people were saying, as treating cannabis like a drug in 2024 is high-key weird. Treating trans people like pedophiles in 2024 is also high-key weird. You still benefit from playing Activision's game daily. You're doing a lot of typing for nothing. Others saying, sounds like a big issue for you that demands a lot of your personal conviction. Maybe not enough to stop playing it though. And others, and yet you still support them by playing their game. Don't talk about it, be about it. And others asking for the correlation, some saying it's an 18+ game, others saying you're right, except his skin was removed for being transphobic and homophobic, that being the accusation against Nickmercs' initial statement. COD is an M-rated game, the bundles are not aimed at kids, disrespect being silly as usual. I said two sides before, but it was actually two primary sides, followed by a lot of other arguments being made out there. You know, what is the correlation this instance has to Call of Duty and weed, and Nickmercs in his tweet? Some people defending them, saying, yep, you're totally right, it is weird that weed is being so heavily promoted to a game that we know a lot of kids playing. Others disagreeing, saying this just has nothing to do with anything, and why are you taking this stance against weed? Like, weed is cool, you know? And so there's so many sides out there and responses to the situation, which had a lot of people heated up for sure. And I was just sitting back on a Saturday night or whenever this happened, and I was just trying to take it all in, guys. I was enjoying myself, and it really did come out of nowhere. And so when you have Dr. Disrespect, who has called out Call of Duty for all of their weed references in defense of Nickmercs, calling them all idiots, well, you're definitely going to have a lot of different takes out there in response. So what do you guys think about this? What do you think about Nick's initial statements? It's kind of weird because this situation was so long ago to draw this kind of back into the cycle. What do you think about Doc's most recent comments? And what do you think about Call of Duty and their promotion of weed, which certainly has become very prevalent? I never noticed it that much back in the day when I was a kid, although apparently it was still there in reference, but I think they definitely have heightened it up a little bit. I would imagine those bundles do very well financially. So what do you guys think about the situation? All right, take it easy. Leave a comment down below. Enjoy the rest of your day. And for anyone curious, my girlfriend Alex, she made these banana chocolate chip cinnamon muffins. They're really good. So I'm going to go and enjoy these, and I hope you guys enjoy the rest of your day. Take care. Bye.